I thought it was pretty obvious. Let's pivot to the Browns, though, real quick and talk a little bit about our guy, Kevin Stefanski. DraftKings and FanDuel released their Coach of the Year odds for the upcoming 2023 NFL season, and Stefanski's odds came in at 25-1. Here are the favorites to win. Campbell of Detroit, 10-1. Sean Payton in Denver, 12-1. Matt Eberflus, Chicago, 13-1. Robert Saleh in New York for the Jets, 16-1. Frank Reich, 20-1 in Carolina. Reich. And if you take the next graphic here, Steve, there are 5 people tied with Stefanski at 25-1 odds. It's Brandon Staley in Los Angeles.
Who was 6 through 8?
Well, it was tied. I'll get you the other ones in a sec, but it didn't make sense for the graphic. You have Dennis Allen, Pete Carroll, D'Amico Ryans, Staley, and Stefanski at 25-1. And fellas, I love those odds, actually.
Can you show me now? What you notice is
they're all new coaches.
Well, the coaches,
a lot of them up top.
The coaches of the teams that are expected to be Super Bowl contenders and have been Bengals, Bills, Chiefs,
their guys never
and
win.
Eagles, they're gone.
That's why Belichick didn't win the award as many times as he should have.
Because the coach, it's not who necessarily was the best coach.
No.
Because how would you even really determine that?
Well, if you think about this,
it's the most surprising good team.
Many times the guy that wins, it's his first year. When Stefanski won, it was his first year.
Right.
Other coaches recently, they were first-year coaches. Look at the top of the odds there. It's guys, obviously Sean Payton's not in his first year, but it's his first year with a new team.
Right.
Dan Campbell is a guy that took a big step last year.
Right. Well,
and
the reason he's up there is because the Lions are a hot team that people are picking that was not a playoff team that could be a Super Bowl contender. And the reason you're seeing
Frank Reich's new in Carolina.
Right. Eberflus is – where the hell is Eberflus?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. The reason 4 of those 5 coaches are in the NFC is because the NFC is much more wide open than the AFC.
Yep, I agree.
And then Robert Saleh is there because the Jets are probably one of the most likely AFC teams, along with the Browns,
to take a big step
that could make the playoffs that didn't make it last year.
You're right.
And
that's what they look for. Big improvement.
I mean, Frank Reich, y'all might go 500. You just got. I mean, I don't even. They don't
I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me at all. I think Stefanski's odds are probably where they should be. I mean, that's, you know.
I thought so too. 25-1. I mean, if it was even Steven, it'd be 32-1. All you know, there's 32 coaches.
Right.
But he's got a slightly better than average chance of winning.
Yeah.
But again, it's where they were last year.
Right. Yeah.
And they could be one of the teams that takes a nice jump, wins +5 next year, and makes the playoffs.
It basically goes to the most successful surprise team.
Well, here's the thing.
That's basically what it goes to.
I'm gonna just say this. He should be higher than that. He should be higher than that. You know why? Because nobody in the national media thinks Deshaun Watson is going to play well. Nobody.
But that's the point, G.
Well, hold on.
If you don't think the Browns are going to – if Vegas doesn't think the Browns are going to be good, then his odds are not going to be as high.
But if they don't believe that he's going to play well, and he does play well, all of a sudden he's at the top of the ticket. Because they're going to say Deshaun Watson was finished.
But you could say that about any bad team.
But no.
That you think is bad.
No. But Deshaun Watson is the storyline.
I think I don't agree with you that the national media thinks Deshaun Watson is bad.
Listen, if you look at any Browns poll, we just did a poll the other day where they had Pickett at 11 in the Steelers, and the Ravens without a quarterback 12, and the Browns were 20.
That's one poll.
I could give you multiple polls. I've never seen one
poll. But that's not just about the quarterback.
I've not seen one poll that has a power ranking poll has the Browns over 20. None. Not one.
I don't think that means – I don't know.
That just means the national media.
I think they are. I think in general, Bull, I don't know about everybody, but I think in general, the temperature of the national media on Deshaun Watson is
zero.
We need to see it.
Yeah, I guess. I just haven't heard much. I feel like there's not been much talk about him right now. I don't know.
Probably because of the way he played the last 6 games. By the way, Brad, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Is the city running smoothly? Everything you had some business to take care of with your mayoral job.
Yeah, a little board meeting this morning.
Good.
But I will tell you that I'm coming on this Deshaun Watson. I would agree with you, Jay. I mean, the world is lukewarm on Deshaun Watson.
Well, he's got something to prove.
They don't care. They're moving on.
And I think that's the proper temperature to have on him is lukewarm.
Vegas is trying to get people to bet, right? That's what. And the odds are there's a good chance the NFC coach will be the coach of the year because the NFC is completely wide open and the AFC has more teams at the top. That's why Stefanski is where he is.
And G, to your point, and while that's fair, Bull,
Yeah.
I'm actually, and usually when we get in split panel debates here, I tend more to lean towards Bull. I'm
You
with you on
think?
this one.
You think you're little Bull, you're baby Bull. I tend to be more like Bull.
I do.
You're
We
baby
think
Bull.
alike.
Kidding?
No, but I'm actually with G on this one. I think
It's the Northeast in you.
if Watson balls out, which I think he will, and they win 11, 12 games this year, which I think is realistically a possibility for this team playing a last-place schedule. They go from worst to first, which we know
betting it?
happens all the time.
Then you're
By the
right.
way,
I did. I put
Good.
some money on it
I'm going to
yesterday.
Yeah.
admonish
on the
Mike here
25 to
right
1.
now. I'm going to admonish Mike because you fell into the cardinal sin that a lot of people fall into.
What's that?
Listening to you?
Being baby Bull.
No, that's not listening to me is what a lot of people trap they fall into, and they're stupid. You're usually smart. Here's the thing: last place schedule is the most overused term.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Because
only
that was
3
last
games.
year, and besides,
4
it was
games
last
now.
year.
It's first of all, it's last year, and it's only 4 games. Now
Right.
it's 4 because of
Everything
the
else is
17
fixed.
The other 13 games, everybody's playing the same teams in
Yes.
the division.
So that's funny. Why is the last place team in division worried about the last place schedule? Just win games.
Yeah, that's right.
Just win games.
And to Bull's point,
I can't worry
just
about
because
that.
these teams were
That-
awful
that
last
don't mean
year,
Right,
nothing.
doesn't mean
we
they
know
will
there's
this
always
year.
3 or 4 teams that are new to the playoffs, sometimes
least.
5,
Yes.
and
We-
5 teams fall off.
We were bad.
We were
Right.
bad. Hopefully we're not next year.
Correct that, right?
Yeah, right.
Stop worrying about
Take
everything
care
else.
of what you can
That's
take
right.
care of.
Take that in
Yeah.
consideration. You was in last place last year.
Right.
No
What
expectation.
place were you in?
Last.
Which one?
Last.
Okay.
All the time last. Now,
7 and 10?
Yes, under 500.
But it was where?
You're in last place.
Okay.
Now, when you're in last place and you got a quarterback that got controversy, they was worried about if the Browns was even going to be on TV. They was trying to black them out. I was like, y'all got blackout rules? And even they're like, yeah, we're not putting Deshaun Watson a number 4. Listen, they was not having it last year.
Yeah.
Now, this year, if he comes back, Stefanski, it was left for dead. He's the next one on the hot seat. He comes into this season, he opens up a little more, he's showing his bright side.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he gives you a playbook that's fun, entertaining, and Deshaun Watson plays well.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they go from last place to making the playoffs or even winning the division. Kevin Stefanski
Mike,
is the number 1 guy people talking about.
Mike,
what a great
can I-
job with Kevin Stefanski.
Can I
A
see
lot of
who
ifs
finished-
in there, but you're right.
Who are 6th, 7th, and 8th in the odds, or can you tell
Yes,
me?
it's McDaniel at 22-1.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson at 22-1, and Shane Steichen, the new Colts coach, at 22-1, and they're all tied for
Yeah,
6th.
I mean,
Here, I don't bank on that. Your work on the field shows me what place you'll come in. Because some people who will start the year not even on the radar screen could end up being the one.
Sure.
This is here. Everybody knows I'm an avid. I love the Browns. I love them to a fault, right?
So do I.
I love them to a fault.
Sometimes I
What
wish
I
didn't
want to
love
know
them
is
so
this,
much.
and I just watched the Maryland Terrapins rebuild their women's basketball team, right?
Yes, and we're going to talk about that
I
coming up.
I want you to know this. We had problems last year on the Browns. All I want to know as a fan, let me know that you're in the laboratory. You're back in the lab.
Yeah.
Right? You ain't got to show me a bunch of, but let me know. I'm waiting for some confirmation that people
Are you
in the
pleased
laboratory.
with the moves that they've made? They've made big moves
the
in the
move,
offseason.
listen, we try to fill every hole. I
Right.
give them credit for that, right? You did that. Now, the people that need to be in the laboratory, let me know they're in the laboratory because I'm still waiting for those smoke signals to come up.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And here, you don't have to write a big article. Send me something on Instagram. Let me know the dude is in there working, right? That
Right.
people are showing up at 8 a.m. here and not leaving till late in the afternoon, right?
Yeah,
I'm still waiting. So remember to the Browns, right? Let your fans know that work is going on, that we're getting it done. We were getting prepared. Because you don't get prepared, Jay, in September.
See, now I'm even more cynical. I don't even the work is great. I mean, everybody's doing the work. All 32 are doing work. Quarterbacks, they're all throwing to their receivers. They're all in the weight room. They're all doing work is the bare minimum. I don't care. That doesn't impress me. Show me the baby. Don't tell me about the labor. Show me the baby.
You won't see
and the baby is winning games.
But you won't see the baby until
Right.
But
And that's when I'll decide whether or not I like the moves in the offseason.
But I still need to see the signs. There's signs. You have to put in the work, right?
Yeah.
I can't be in San Tropez putting in the work.
No,
I'm not saying
I
that
know.
you are.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't say you're in Hawaii doing the work.
Well, all of a
You know,
sudden we've seen a ton of videos of Deshaun Watson working
Which
out.
is very interesting.
We got all kind of workout videos.
I think
bro.
Deshaun and his people were watching this show.
Hey.
I know for a fact.
Dancing to the oldies.
And by the way, it was
Yeah.
too reactionary. It was too like, oh wait, he's being criticized for not working out.
Hey.
We got any old workout videos?
Hey,
Get them
hey,
out
look,
there.
hey, man.
It looked
In
too
fact,
fun.
at least one person on this panel, I'm not naming any names, knows for a fact that at least somebody in Deshaun Watson's camp has watched this show.
Oh, everybody watch.
Yeah.
You got to watch. What you mean? This is like.
And
I'm with you, Bull.
Yeah.
It was way too like
and
that to me didn't make me say, I guess he is working. It makes me say, I said, I guess they are watching.
Was it a little too? It was too.
It was too
pre-produced?
obvious.
It was too much of a sizzle reel.
No, not just the sizzle reel, because they, guys can do that. But the timing of it was
yes, was interesting.
hilarious to me. I'm like, what?
Be clear to this, so people be clear to this. And these are for the out of towners that don't, that
Right.
may have just arrived here.
Do I count as just arrived? Or have
No,
I
you've been here a while.
Long enough.
You're one of us.
You
Bull.
pay taxes.
Whether you want to be or not.
I am.
So the people that just arrived here, you may come from a place and you think that Cleveland is some country town or some small place, but they're very astute here.
Yeah.
They have their eyes on you.
be
You're not
watching.
going to fool us.
They be watching.
We've seen the best.
The only thing
That's
that,
it.
you're right about that, but also now on the fault category, we're too damn loyal.
Yeah, well, here.
We are
no
too
doubt about
damn loyal.
Really just to the Browns, not the other teams.
The relationship that we have with the Browns has been an abusive relationship.
the one
It
thing-
and we're the abused,
The-
and we
Yes.
keep coming back.
What's that thing called where you relate to your abuser? What's that thing called? Something.
Oh, yeah, there is
something syndrome.
Munchausen syndrome.
There's Munchausen. No.
Yeah, Munchausen syndrome.
Is
that it?
I feel like it's something
It's
else.
where you almost become loyal to your enslaver.
Yes.
To your, it happens
get
oftentimes
kidnapped.
when people get kidnapped.
Right.
They then look at that person as their lifeline.
Right.
And I believe
And that's
that
how
the
the Browns
relationship
fans
we
are with
have
their-
in
yeah.
this town, and it's been that way for
The
a
one-
long time.
the one thing-
we keep getting abused. We got slapped 0-16. You know what we did? We threw a parade.
That's-
We threw a parade.
We never really came back from that.
Jay,
to
the
be
one
honest.
thing, and
I was furious.
I will give the New Yorkers this. This is what I will give the New Yorkers.
They don't tolerate any
They will
bullshit.
turn on you in a heartbeat.
And they should.
In a heartbeat.
'Cause they're spending
That's
their
the only thing.
hard-earned
That's the only
They
thing.
were doing Aaron Judge last
I know
year.
they did.
That's the only
why
thing.
else he was getting
But
booed.
that's the only thing to keep you honest.
Yes.
I was like,
It's
so
a pressure
I told
cooker
you
out
there
there.
was a motto that we said in Chicago. An old veteran told me this. You're only good as your last game.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, so what was Deshaun Watson's last game? It wasn't really good.
Crapola.
No, that's
No.
why.
That's why you're in the laboratory.
But you know what? When you look
So,
on social, most of the Browns fans are going, he's going to be the MVP next year. I'm like, man, this crew keeps going back to that hot stove. You know the kid that touches the hot stove is like, ooh, that's hot. And they never go back again.
But listen.
Our hands are nothing but scar tissue.
Yeah.
I will say this. Listen, we got two camps of Kool-Aid drinkers.
Oh.
One that think that he's going to win the MVP next year, and the other one that think Baker Mayfield is going to be a quarterback somewhere.
I don't even bother my time with that.
It's two different Kool-Aid drinkers.
But I'll tell you what, the 6-0 Kool-Aid, I told you at the
it's
time, I
too
said,
cool.
Gee, don't do it.
It's too
Don't
Kool-Aid camp.
do
I'm
it.
trying to
And
listen.
you double down, you go 6-0.
Remember Quincy? Was it Quincy? What was his name?
Yeah, Quincy.
Yeah.
With the better than 50% chance, they go 6-0.
I was just like, what is this? Where
was
is this
funny.
coming from?
Hey, listen, man. You know,
Kool-Aid is fun to drink.
Kool-Aid is fun to drink,
Very
man.
sugary.
Unless it has cyanide in it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Then you
Listen.
become.
Hey.
Then it's a Jamestown tragedy.
I saw the Knicks fans turn on Gerald Wilkins in the Garden in the playoff game.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, and then he gave him the double bird on the way to the timeout. I was like,
Like that.
I
New
was like,
York,
what is going
they'll
on
skin
here?
their own
And
faster
then
than anybody.
when they put him back in, they start cheering for him. I said, what is
He
going
just
on
looked
here?
upside down. Now you need me.
But why we are psychoanalyzing ourselves, right? Let's be clear. We not only get fooled by the players, we get fooled by the ownership. Listen, when it comes
Listen, that's what I mean more than I don't.
when it comes to that money,
It's mostly we're fooled by the owner.
I have never heard somebody else say so many times and count another man's pockets.
What
We
happened?
will sit here and be like, he ain't got the money. I swear he ain't got the money. He'd be like, did he show you the books? No, he ain't seen the books, but I believe
What are
him.
you talking about, the Guardians now?
That's the Guardians. When we talk,
Oh no, there's plenty of evidence that he ain't got the bag.
I just want to see the statements.
Well,
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
but plenty of people criticize him for that.
But when you get to the Browns,
Yeah.
they'll tell you in a heartbeat who they don't need. Now, you terrible. Like, you ain't good. You came in what place? Last place.
Last place.
We don't need him.
But,
He's too expensive.
right, that is stupid.
Like, do you get extra credit at the end of your year tax years from saving?
But you could spend your money in other places.
I-
But I don't give it. There's always ways around the cap, so I don't care. But I wonder if we have this, Mikey. I don't know.
Drop
But
some money on the Milwaukee
Kevin
Bucks.
Stefanski, 25-1 to win Coach of the Year. What's his odds of being the first coach fired? Because I bet you he's high on that list.
He's probably.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. I'll look that up.
I don't know if they set odds on that.
They do. I don't know if they're out yet.
This is.
They absolutely do. First coach fired.
That's macabre.
They are
Bulls.
not out for 2023 yet, but
Yeah, good.
there are
This-
odds.
this
I
is-
guarantee he'll be in the top 5
because
of that.
it's boom or bust.
Yeah,
If
100%.
he balls out, he can win Coach of the Year. But if he's terrible 6 games, Stefanski can be on the streets.
He could be. Now, we
All
don't
right,
want that to
let's
happen.
keep it to Stefanski.
Yeah.
Yesterday, during this New
my
Heights
God.
podcast
Yeah.
with Travis Kelce and his brother Jason. By the way, if you haven't checked that out, put
These
that
guys
number
are
2 on your must-see
unbelievable
list
hilarious.
behind UCSS.
Yeah.
It's must-see every single show. Jason was doing this funny bit where he took a picture
Yeah.
of all the coaches from the owners' meeting,
Yeah.
and hilarity absolutely ensues, but pay particular
Wait a
attention
second.
to the line on Travis's line on our coach,
Before we
Kevin
play
Stefanski.
it, Mike, are we having? We got to beep out the Fs, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
I took the exact clip from Twitter, which beeps it out for us.
Oh, they did. Yeah, okay.
It's so much funnier.
It was way better in its pure form.
Just so the folks know, every time it's a bleep,
It's an F.
He's saying an F-bomb.
Oh, you'll understand.
Okay. Yeah,
Steve,
yeah.
let's keep our
which
fingers
makes
crossed
their
that
show
tag board
better.
Hold on.
works.
Have you guys seen this yet?
I haven't seen it.
I saw it.
I haven't seen
I
it.
saw
Brad.
it.
I haven't seen it. I
Be
haven't seen
prepared
it.
to lose it.
I haven't seen it.
Steve, take
Very
it full. I'm
funny.
gonna hit play.
Roll it and hold your breath. We can hear it.
You show players this picture, and they have to name each coach in this picture. Let's give it a Travis Kelce try right now.
I'm the worst with names, but I can tell you team.
Starting on the left.
Chargers, Giants,
Yep.
San Fran. Who the f*** is that guy?
No chance you're getting this one. 0% chance.
No clue. Jets. After Jets, nothing. I've never seen that man in my f***ing life.
So good.
I mean, 3 in a row. I have no idea who those dudes are.
That was our offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen for the Colts. Come on, Travis.
Who's next to Dougie P? Who the f-
You should
is
know that one. You should definitely know that
I know
one.
D'Amico. Who's the other one?
You should know him because he's arguably your biggest rival.
Oh, that is. Yeah, that's Cincy. He's a dog.
Start with Matt
Still
Foley.
doesn't know their name.
Matt Foley.
What's his name? Matt Foley.
Again, never seen this fucking guy in my life.
That's my defensive coordinator.
Miami. God damn it. There's no way that guy coaches in the NFL. Man. Pete Carroll, Harbaugh, obviously, the next Rivera, Broncos country, let's ride. Gordon Bombay, we got the Packers, and then no clue, and then Bills.
That might be the funniest
Oh
clip
my
I've ever
God.
seen from
No.
a podcast.
First
No,
of all,
no
I love that
way.
he calls, what's his name? Matt Foley. Not
Mike
Holmgren.
McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy.
Look,
Calls
no
him
way
Matt
that guy
Foley.
coaches the NFL.
And he called.
I love that he said there's no way that guy coaches in the NFL. Just no way.
3 in a row. I don't know who the hell
He
they are.
coaches your hometown team.
He's a middle-aged GQ model. He's not an
Called me-
NFL coach.
You know who Gordon Bombay is?
No.
I do, but I don't know
McVay.
What's that?
No, who he is in real life.
no,
No, it's McVay. Who Gordon? No, he's not a real person.
No, Gordon.
Gordon Bombay was the coach. What's his name? Emilio Estevez from the Mighty
Yeah,
Ducks.
I knew it was some fictional character, but I didn't know from where.
He calls McVay Gordon Bombay. I love that he goes Broncos country. He don't know any of their name. He didn't even know the Bengals coach.
He's like, who is
It's
this?
their rival.
That's
He's
their
like,
rival.
I know.
He's like, who is this dude?
And then he said, "You should know him. It's your
Bengals
rival." He goes,
dog.
"Oh yeah, he's a dog."
That was so funny.
Yeah,
Travis
it really
Kelce
was.
is my white whale guest. On
Oh
the show,
my
by the way.
God! If we,
He's
I
my
had-
number one white whale.
We had
guest.
him on the radio show once, but it was before he went to the NFL, and he was awesome.
Oh, was it?
It was when he was still at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
This is what happens. See, when you already rich, you can say you could curse. Before you get, it'll be funny.
By the
Before
way-
you get rich, You can't curse.
By the
like
way, on my new podcast with Bet Rivers and even my TV podcast, which I put out, I can curse, fully curse.
Well, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, we talked about it. It was
Yeah.
one of the big discussion points when we launched this show.
Yes.
Where's the line?
And we've gotten away with some things.
We
but
do here
yeah.
and there, but like when you watch the genre that we're in,
Yeah. Guys curse.
they're all doing it. You know why?
Yeah.
Go to a game with 10 guys and count how many times you hear it.
Exactly.
It's the vernacular of the sports fan.
Yeah, not to do it just to do it.
No,
but
you
it's
don't.
part of-
No,
in conversation,
it can't
guys
be
do
gratuitous.
that.
But
I still can't do it. You know, people my age, we say a word and often.
What'd you
And
say?
Hey, listen, people of my generation, we had a podcast and I had people on. The N word is going to be flying. I had to edit all my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Well,
look, you can't
use that word.
unless you're a rapper. You can't get that off.
No.
You
I have
can't
no
get
no, and I
interest
don't
in
think
getting
anybody
that off.
I would not advocate anybody using that word
Right,
ever.
you're
I don't think
tripping.
you should.
I have
Brad is like-
zero interest in getting that
honest,
word off.
honest,
tripping.
even in that vein, I
I would
think
never
that,
use that
I
word.
think
You're
that the
tripping.
word should never be used. And here's the thing. I understand that, and culturally that is acceptable. I understand that. But I also think if you want to eradicate that word from everybody's mouth, then how can you use it?
The locker room is
Yeah.
there's a funny place.
I know.
Brad.
Listen, I bet
is
I've
what it
seen it
is.
firsthand.
But that
I don't advocate
Right.
it.
that video, I could watch it 50 times and laugh every
I know it.
time.
It's great. It's
I mean,
great.
who the F is that?
I know.